My mixer ain't up. There we go. Let's go. It's the Wayne Breezy Show. Let's go. Let's go. It's the Wayne Breezy Show. What's good, everybody? It's your boy Wayne Breezy. We don't got the proper intro today because all the settings reset it when the internet went out. Some reason over here on the East Coast, we had a nice little snowstorm last night. If you're on the East Coast and you got snow, say yeah. Because I know I got some snow. And I was like, oh, snap. She says that they can't hear you. Still can't hear me. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Becky, oh, my gosh. I'll try to talk in sign language. Hold up. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, shut the door. 5, 6, pick up sticks. 7, 8, lay them straight. 8, 9, 10. Oh, I'm good now. It's so crazy. Sometimes you can hear me, sometimes you can't. But listen, it's good to be here. Let's try this again. All right, let's start all over like it didn't start. We start from the beginning. You guys said you didn't hear me. Now you're all here, so now you can hear me, right? You guys can hear me clearly. Really? Can you hear this too? Just want to make sure that can be heard. All right, all the sound check is good. All right, check this out. I'm gonna start all over. Here we go. You ready? I had a nice little intro too. I be making these joints up on the spot. Here we go. You ready? Y'all see the cheese? That's the cheese. In today's episode, we're going to talk about somebody, and his name is Mr. Relevant, right here on the Wayne Breezy Show.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded, I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05067 Wheezy. This is not a gang. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats. And I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded, I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah, breezy this.
I'm just looking at some of the comments out there. Hey, Per, you didn't miss the show. What had happened was the show started and couldn't anybody hear anything. So I'm like, you know what? Now we done scrapped it. We done fixed it. We back. I'm smiling. You should be able to hear me now. We just starting. You did not miss the show. If I would ever do a 2-minute show, it'll probably be some type of breaking news or whatever. But no, you didn't miss the show. Guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's Monday. It's Victory Monday. Let's go. Shout out to the Nitty Gritty Niners Talk crew last night on the Overreaction Show. Peachy, Mo's, Fear. Everybody was in there. Everybody that was here, man, we appreciate you. Last night was a late one. We had a good time. We took a victory shot. So this was my shot glass last night. I just want y'all to look at this shot glass. See my name on it, right? And so I'm like, I think this is a shot. You know what I mean? But nah, they said that that's a cocktail. You know what I'm saying? So I went to bed right after that, man. I went to bed right after that. But guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in. You know, I got to give super shout outs to everybody. I appreciate everybody, but I got to give special shout outs to all the members of the channel. Raphael 562 in here early. Appreciate you. Eddie G, man. Love you, my brother. What's going on? Christy's in here. I see you. Miss Debbie's in the building. She says, good morning, Wayne. Hey, Faithful, how y'all feeling on Victory Monday? Everybody should be feeling good. Some people may be hungover, but you still should be feeling good. Christy says, we kick their asparaguses. Yes, it's exactly what the 49ers did. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to everybody. Jacqueline's in the building. Good morning to all my Niner family. We are 9-4. The 49ers are on a 6 game winning streak, y'all. Man, clap it up for the team, man. 6-game winning streak. 6-game winning streak. Wow. 6-game winning streak. And then look, can the 49ers win out for the remainder of the season? I know people don't want to talk about that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, man, it's too early. It's not, man. There's 4 games left. It ain't too early. We at the end, actually. You know what I'm saying? And we got a game this weekend, with Seattle and things like that. And we're going to talk about some things on today's show. We're going to break down some of the stuff that we saw from the game, some of the good and some of the ugly, right? I don't think there was any bad. There was really good and there was ugly in the game. Boats, what's going on, man? I'm hoping you feeling better out there. Miss Debbie, I'm hoping you feeling better too. I know we talked earlier this morning. 49er Jeff says, let's go! In my little John voice, for sure. Let's go. Kylie says, Wayne, I figured you was feeling after that short cameo. Oh no, what? No. What happened was I was gonna join the show, but I was trying to reach my man to get the damn t-shirts. You said you wanted the shirt or the hoodie, so I had them made like during the Mexico week, and I just never got a chance to get around to go pick them up. So he hit me up, and then when I hit him back, he was like, yo, he here. So I hit him up. And then of course, when I responded, I'm sitting in the car waiting for the response where I got to drive 30, 40 minutes to go get him. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sitting there just chilling, never got to get the shirt. So I'm gonna go try to get him today so I could just have him here. And when people want one, I could ship them and mail them out. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to talk about some things, what the 49ers probably should do going forward. We're going to start the show. We got a super chat contribution from the beautiful, vivacious, peachy brown. It's Victory Monday, faithful. Let's get this win on Thursday against the Sea Chickens. This is the only time I use the word cock. The Seacocks, and lock up the division. Breezy this, breezy that. Brock is the captain now. Oh, Peachy talking real breezy on these R&B records. Brock is the captain now, and that's a fact. Jack, I had to add the Jack because I just like to say that's a fact, Jack. I always wanted to say that. Felt like this was the perfect time to say that's a fact, Jack. Peachy, thank you for the contribution. You said a lot of stuff. Sim, what's good, man? Listen, happy belated birthday. Sim's birthday was actually last weekend, and he says that his birthday gift, I believe, was this victory. So you're gonna get a chance to celebrate the victory again, celebrate your birthday again with this amazing victory. We gotta talk about this, man. 35-7. 35-7. Guys, if this is your first time tuning in, like very first time tuning in, you already know you need to hit that like button. If this is not your first time tuning in, you already know you can't deny the smile. Watch. Hit the like button. It's a thumbs up button. Make sure you guys go ahead and do that. YouTube.com/@WayneBreezie. And shout out to everybody that's been supporting the sponsors right here. Residency. Go to www.residency.com. Listen, they got the Golden Gate joint for pre-order. It will be shipped out around January, probably around my birthday time, January 15th, everybody. So they're going to be shipping those things out around January. They're in the making of making that same design and model again for you guys. If you like the Golden Gate, I don't currently have the Golden Gate. That's the tan hat with the red. That's the Golden Gate. So guys, check that out. It got re-released on yesterday. Don't miss out. Put your order in. Oh, and don't forget to use the promo code SFBreezy. And please, if you're listening to this in your truck, your car, your phone, your AirPods, your whatever, Beats, I don't know. If you want to listen to the podcast, make sure you go check it out. It's right there on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, and all the other podcast streams. Make sure you leave a rating. 5 stars for show. 5 of them joints. All right. Listen. 35-7. Can I start this show off by saying this? If anyone in this chat thought that we would put up 35 points in this game, come forward now so I can tell you, stop lying. Stop lying. Ain't no way y'all thought we was putting up. Everybody and their mama's cousin said it was going to be a close game. Look, I even thought we were going to give up 13 points. My score total was 24-13. I'm going to keep it a buck. Some of you guys over on the Facebook, and Miss Debbie, listen, Miss Debbie, you listening? Miss Debbie, are you listening? All right, I know you're listening, Miss Deb. Listen, we got to give something away because my stupid self put whoever comes closest to the score prediction will win a prize. So, Miss Debbie, if you can go check the Facebook and check to see who commented on the post. It was a late post. Okay, it was a late post. Whoever has the closest score, Miss Debbie, can you let me know? Because I see people saying that I had the closest. I was the closest. I said 27. I said 23. I know what you said. What did they write, Miss Deb? That's you, Miss Deb. Whatever Miss Debbie says is what we do on Facebook. I ain't got no control over it. All I do is read what she tells me to read. Yes, sir. That's what we do. So whatever Miss Debbie says, if whoever she says comes the closest, they will get it. Melissa says my prediction on Mariah's show was 31-13, and I'm so happy it was more than 31. So Melissa said that she predicted that we were going to score 30 plus points. Shout out to Melissa. I'm gonna tell you what though, watching this game, the 49ers should have put up a 50 burger, or is it just me? I'm not being greedy, but I felt like they could have easily put up a 50 burger. Second half was dead. Right? It was a dud. It was like we scored once in the second half. And I felt like there were times I felt like that the 49ers could have just continued to kept punching and drilling and whatever, right? I know I'm not going crazy, but I thought at some point they were going to get into the 40s and could have possibly put up a 50 burger against Tom Brady, yo. I'm telling you. I think what makes this victory more sweet? Was it the fact that Brock Purdy got his first win? Was it the fact that Brock Purdy, first win as a starter? Let me clarify that because I like to correct the brother. Or was it the fact that the 49ers demolished a Tom Brady team? That rarely happens. That rarely happens. Boat says, why risk any of the injuries? I didn't say they had to do it with the starters, bro. I just said that I thought that they could have put up a 50 burger. I don't even think they needed the starters in the game. We was able to run the ball effectively. Did you see the way Jordan Mason was running? I mean, everything was just effective. And I get it. At some point, you got to let up off the gas. You know what I'm saying? And just secure the deal, secure the victory. I get it, bro. You're right. Why risk any injuries? I'm with you 100%. Shade says Breezy's second half was dead because of the Debo injury and Kyle. I do believe Kyle got a little scared. The injury was crazy. Matter of fact, I tell you what, let's start with that. Let's start with the Debo Samuel injury. Let's talk about that a little bit right here on today's show. We don't have all the facts. What we do know is what we have, right? We don't know the MRI results as today. And so what should the 49ers do about Debo Samuel's injury, right? So Debo Samuel, let me put the apostrophe so you guys know that I know how to speak proper English. Debo Samuel's injury. And what should the 49ers do about it? Because right now, right, when he left the game, it looked like it was a knee, the way he was, crying. I mean, I cried. And if you didn't cry, that's cool. That's your prerogative. But I cried because I know how hard Debo play and how bad he wants to be out there. Okay? So the fact that he was giving it all he got and ended up getting injured on a play, on a bang bang play at that, I really was feeling for him. And when he grabbed his head, I'm with you, Kylie. Like I'm thinking it's a MCL or I thought it was an ACL. Bump the MCL. I really thought he tore his ACL. They were quickly announcing that it was his knee, okay, and things like that. And so I can't front. I shedded a little tear for the homie because I was like, yo, what we gonna do without Debo? Right? What we gonna do without Debo? All right. So Miss Debbie sent me a message, and it looks like the winner will announce it at the end of the show. All right, yeah, we're gonna hold on that because we're talking about Debo right now. And look, when let's say Jackie says she cried. A lot of people say they were crying. Look, seriously. And then later on in the game, after halftime, another report came out by Jordan Schultz saying that he heard that it was more of an ankle injury, and immediately, the cloud of I don't know what I was feeling. It just kind of started to go away. Now we don't know the severity of the injury or things or whatnot. And we're gonna start right here. Because I was waiting to hear about this. My man, my brother, DeMarcus, my man, this is my guy. He says it's time to call OBJ. And I want to know what you guys think about it. Because Debo's going to be out for some time, all right? So it's either he's going to be out for 2 weeks, 4 weeks, or playoffs. Either way, anything past the 4 weeks is playoffs, right? And if the 49ers, let's talk about it. If they win out, if the 49ers win out, and let's say the Vikings lose out, 49ers can end up with the second seed. I don't think they'll be able to catch the Eagles. The Eagles will have to lose every game. I just don't see that happening. And so the 49ers can end up with the second seed. But the cool thing is everything will be directed through Santa Clara. So guess who'll be at the games? We will be there, right? So things will have to go through Santa Clara. Debo should be ready to go. Now, Grizz, my man Grizz, I didn't hear this. Said he heard OBJ can't play into the playoffs anyway. I didn't get that memo. But I'll definitely check into that. Kali is saying no to OBJ. Oh, he had a setback. I did hear something about that, so maybe that's what we're talking about. Mark says we don't need OBJ. And it's possible. Feed Kittle. OBJ is not ready to play. It's time. Is it time? Is it time? I say yeah. I say yes. Is it time? I'm with you. It's time for rookie grade. Maybe we'll talk about that on tomorrow's episode. It's time. It's gray season, right? It's time. It's time, right? We got pieces. We don't need OBJ. We got pieces that we just haven't necessarily like utilized yet. Marcus says bring in T.O. T.O. wants to play football. T.O. wants to play football. Christy, I didn't see it. Can you send it to me? I did not get a chance to see it. I'd love to read it on the show. You know, OBJ and Debo, they're bros, man. They're super bros. So everybody's saying no to OBJ, and I like it. I like it. I like the fact that y'all want to win with what we got home. Y'all get the round of applause to me. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all get it. Yeah. We got what we need right here. We don't need to add any more of those pieces. Would I love OBJ to be a 49er 100%? Do we need him? No. Would I love for him to be a Niner? Hell yeah. Always wanted him as a Niner. I'll be lying if I say that I didn't. But I like the fact that it's time. It's time. And yes, Danny Gray came in, caught his first pass. Magnus, what's going on, bro? Magnus says, hey, yes to Gray. It's time. It's definitely time. Ray just fine. Yo, Sim, I was watching Ray in the game, and he looked gassed. He looked a little gassed, but he was being overutilized though. Like, right? His snaps are limited. He's the kickoff and punt return guy. And then all of a sudden now he got to play third down. And he probably had more production than Juwan Jennings. Juwan Jennings, if I'm not mistaken, had like one target in this game. I'm gonna pull up the targets. But I think he only had one target, and it was on a third down. Unfortunately, it was a third and super long, and unfortunately, we didn't convert that third down. But I think they have what they need right here. The only difference, and a lot of people are saying no to OBJ and things like that. I think when it comes to OBJ, it's more about like his skill set as what Kyle Shanahan can do with him. And when I think of Deebo Samuel, like I think that's the key, right? Like, all right, so I know I can run him outside the numbers. I can get him to be a wide receiver. I can even run him inside the tackles and things like that. You don't really want to do that with a wide receiver, but there are things you could do with Debo. Do the 49ers have another weapon like a Deebo Samuel? And I'm gonna go with no. I think that they have things they can use with Danny Gray and things like that. Matter of fact, I tell you what, let's do this. How about I ask you that question? I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Let's talk about this. What should the 49ers do about Deebo Samuel's injury? And we're not writing him off. This is not a write-off to Deebo Samuel. This is just trying to figure out a way for the 49ers to keep the wheels turning, right? Big wheels keep on turning. Right, primary keep on burning, and we're rolling. I'm sorry, can't get music out of my head. But let's talk about this because this is going to be detrimental going forward. I know my man E Night says we have other weapons. You know what I'm saying? We do. We don't have a weapon like that. We have other players that have certain skill sets. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I think. I don't think they actually have weapons like Debo. See, the two weapons that I feel like that they have are is Debo Samuel, Christian McCaffrey. Those are weapons. And then they got other pieces that are just special in certain areas. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. Not trying to disregard your comment. We do have other weapons. Callie says slide Debo CMC into the Debo spot. Man, did y'all see this? Yo, the way his route, can we rate the route running on team? Like, I know Brandon Ayuk is the best route runner on the team, but CMC is giving him a run for his money, right? Right. I mean, like the way he's able to just like manipulate the defenders, like, and he has a remember Mose and I was we were going back and forth about that little stutter, that stutter step. That stutter step gets him open, like open, right? Pause. I think I gotta say pause after the open. So let's talk about Deebo Samuel's injury. If you want to come on the show, be my guest. The link is inside the chat. You guys can have like 2 minutes to speak on it. We'd love to hear from you guys. If not, we'll keep the show going. Deebo Samuel's injury can be somewhat detrimental to the 49ers and a wrinkle, but I tell you what, Kyle Shanahan will find a way to make it work. And I really do believe that. John V says, Wayne, why not target Jennings more? He's built for the contact and he's a bruiser. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why they don't do it. It's almost the same question as you saying, why not give Jordan Mason the ball in short yard situations on first and second downs and let him run up the middle? I don't understand the Kyle Shanahan thing. The only thing I can think of is this. Nice is trying to call in. You know what? Let me see if I can get the call-in thing to work today. All right, so stand by me. Let's see if we can get it to work. Let's see if it works right now. Yo, E, can you hear me? All right, everybody, can y'all hear E Nice out there? Keep talking, brother.
I didn't know you was gonna answer. I just called the call.
Nah, yeah, man. I saw the number ringing, and I'm like, yeah, let me see if I can get him on the phone. I want to hear from you guys. It's gonna be a crazy week of me traveling again, and I wanted to make sure I give you guys some time to get your thoughts off. You know, that's what the show is about. It's about you anyway. Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure. Oh, they said they can hear you. We got the thumbs up. All right, man. So like, give me your take, bro. What a game! 35-7. 49ers demolished Tom Brady, and you know what? Tom Brady took that junk like a champ, bro. He took it like a champ. Like, hey, man, we got our ass whipped on that. Yeah, talk about it.
He said it on the thing, but he did not shake Brock Purdy's hand.
Did he not? Because I got a picture of him and Brock.
They said Brock was looking for him. I never seen it. They said Brock was looking for him after the game, and Brady left. I never seen them together, but that's what they said. I don't know if I've seen anything different, or if anybody else seen anything different.
Oh, wait a minute.
He said his press conference was good, but that's all I was wondering. Like, don't be doing my young boy like that. Like, I mean.
Okay. So wait. Maybe I got the wrong picture. Maybe you're right. But I got a picture. Hold on. Know. Maybe they're not shaking. What's that right there? Can you see it on the screen?
I didn't even see it. I'm looking at you right now, and you're looking in the thing yet. I'm a little behind.
Okay. So it'll pop up at some point, and maybe they're not shaking hands. Maybe they're just touching breastplates.
His hand. Yeah. Okay, that's great then. That's great. I see somebody say he shook his hand and then spoke to him. I didn't see this. They said Brock was looking for him. When I seen Brock running, like after the game, he kept looking for somebody, and he never found Brady that I seen.
Hey,
but now I see it. He found him.
So I don't want to be condescending because I'm trying to make sure that I say things right. Because I'm sure. Right. So I see Melissa. She's backstage. She's gonna come on here after you finish. She says Brock found Brady. Hey, he's the GOAT. You're supposed to go find him. Like that's how I think about the situation. Like Brady probably trying to get up out of there. He wasn't getting out of there from sour taste. Like Brady stayed around, signed the ball, did some great things. So it's not about Brady. Okay. My whole point is Brock whipped Brady's ass. Let's talk about that. Like that's the point. That's what he did.
I understand that, but I don't say that, Breezy. Like Brock beat the Tampa Bay defense.
But he also outdueled Tom Brady.
Correct. He was a quarterback and a quarterback, but he didn't go against, like to me, he didn't go against Tom Brady. He went against Tom Brady's team, but
for sure,
they wasn't on the same field at the same time.
God, no, you're right. Yeah. You're right.
Now he did beat the hell out of the Tampa Bay defense, and that's what we wanted.
That's what we wanted.
We wanted our defense to beat the hell out of him when I wanted more sacks, but we didn't get him.
We couldn't get one sack, bro. Can we talk about how Tom Brady's slow ass got out of at least 5 sacks, bro, and got the ball off? The majority of them were incomplete passes, but how? Somebody told me because of experience. I was like, I get it. He's 45. His knees should buckle a little differently at that age, or however old he is. They shouldn't be able.
Working quicker,
bro.
You know what I mean? My mind is working quicker, so I'm stepping to 2 steps to the left because I know he's spinning to the right, and I'm doing exactly what I need to do instead of 3 or 4 steps to the left where he can get to me. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I got you. That jump was crazy. I was
love
like, he going
I love you,
down.
though.
I felt like the one sack that they had on Brady by Nick Bosa, they said that he got the ball out, right? So it was an incomplete pass and his knee wasn't down. I call BS, but
Me too. On one of them.
okay. I just wanted to make sure.
When it was, I said, that was a sack.
Okay. All right. Just checking in. Just checking in with you, man. I know he got a quick release. Everybody's saying he's got a really quick release. But listen, man, just your thoughts moving forward about the game. What's some thoughts about this team moving forward, man? Give us the nice breakdown.
Let's progress. Let's work from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. Let's not try to do too much. And just back Brock as much as we can back him, because that's what he needs, and that's what we need to do. Jimmy G and Trey Lance are not walking through the door right now, so Brock Purdy is the one shooting these shots for us, baby.
Facts.
Just stick with him and ride with it.
Facts, bro. Man, thanks for calling.
49er Nation all day.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I love it.
I
love it.
We appreciate you, man. Thanks for calling
I might be in Vegas too, so don't get it twisted. I might.
You need to get out there, bro. That's the game.
I want to do it so bad, and I'm thinking about it, and I just got this. I swim on my little last. I'm trying. I want to get there. I want to see you. I want to be a fight. Like, I think we in the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
I just don't know if we're gonna win it. Like, we in it.
If we get there, we winning it. How about that? We make it to the Super Bowl, they winning it. I don't give a fuck. Excuse me. Sorry.
I hear you.
I don't care who they play. They get to the Super Bowl, they win in the Super Bowl, bro. I'm that gassed on this team with Brock leading them to a championship.
With CMC, I think. Honestly, I'm sorry to say that. I think CMC is going to be the 100-100 guy. I said that in the text one time. He'll get 100 receiver, like them check downs, because they're going to blitz him so much. So he's throwing the ball a little quick. That CMC is different. I'm going to say that white boy is different.
He can play the piano too. And he can sing. Yeah. So he different. Listen, I appreciate you, bro. I got to get the others on the show. Love you, my guy. Talk to you later this week.
Love it. Yes, sir.
All right,
see you anytime. You can call me any day.
Say less.
All right. Be good.
Peace. Man, Melissa, I see you cheesing like I'm cheesing, because there's a reason why you cheesing. 'Tis the season. What's going on, baby girl?
Hi, Breezy. How are you?
I'm good. I'm real good. I'm so good that I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. Because this was a good game. This was a good win. Good win.
Yeah, it was. Did you see that Trey went up to Brady and he actually had him sign the ball, and then Fred Warner walks up to him. He's like, "You got it signed, right?" And then they got the other balls signed for, I think, Gibson.
It was so dope. Because Brady, just listening to what Dre Greenlaw had to say. Dre Greenlaw telling the story melted my heart, for the simple fact that I was like, yeah, I had to go up to him like a fangirl, you know what I'm saying? Like, he country with it like a fangirl, and I had to go up to him, but Fred was like, "You get the ball signed?" He was like, "Yeah." And he didn't get that damn ball signed. And Fred was like, "Yo, you got to sign this ball." And so it was like he was like a little kid on Christmas. You gotta love this stuff, right, Melissa?
And he actually called it on KNBR earlier in the week. He said, "I just need a Tom Brady ball," and then he actually made it happen. He's like, "I'm going to tip this to myself, and I'm going to get this no matter what happens."
So let's talk about that, because that was probably one of the best plays all season long. That's a play for an all-season play. He drops back in coverage. Tom Brady's scrambling out. He stays in coverage. He doesn't bite on Tom Brady, which he always does. He bites on the run and usually gets a flag for hitting the quarterback, but not this time, Melissa. Sorry, get too excited. He didn't bite on the run. He stayed in his passing lane. Tom Brady threw the ball, tried to force it. He tips it, catches it, gets his interception. Talk about it, man, because Dre Greenlaw is one of your favorite players, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he absolutely is one of my favorite players. I love that he had a rocky start to this year, because he was coming off injury, and Aziz was getting all the praise in the off season, and Fred had just gotten paid and had a rough start to the year and then finished it up strong. And I think a lot of pressure on Jay was you're in a contract year, you got to get something done. You're very ungap disciplined, and I think once the Bronco game happened, once he got his extension, and people were like, "Oh, up in arms," they got paid before his ease. He's really like shut down all or most of his problem issues. So he's been more gap disciplined. He's better about his angles. He's better at leading with his shoulder, so that way there's no helmet to helmet. He's cleaned up a lot of his problem areas. And the best thing about him is that since his rookie year, he's not afraid. He's like one of the most fearless players you will ever see. He was never afraid of Russell Wilson. And Russell Wilson owned the Niners for like a decade. He
Remember he
was
got
never
that
afraid.
interception on Russell Wilson? Remember that
Yeah,
interception on the sideline?
he
Talk
he he
about it.
he he also took that personal, like a slight against him and Fred Warner when Julio Jones got that goal line touchdown at the end of the Falcons game, and he's like, "I'm never gonna let this happen again." And he made sure that Jacob Hollister could not even pretend to get that touchdown to set up the playoffs in Week 17. He's just like one of these very rare players who is rough around the edges, but he'll keep coming back stronger and faster, and he doesn't let the bad plays get to his head. And I truly respect that about Dre, that he just keeps fighting no matter what. And that's one of my favorite things about this defense is like they're not perfect. They don't try to be perfect, but they keep fighting and they keep grinding, and they really take up that whole next man mantra thing to heart. And as a true defensive fan, that's one of the most joyous things to see.
Yeah, it's like you look at this defense and you're saying, okay, I know that they're going to be on the field for a majority of the time. I know they're going to have to play. They got to play at a high level. They're dealing with guys in and out of their lineup. They got to figure out ways to still find a way to gel and get things done. And now I think the best thing that we're finding out about the defense is like not only are they gelling, like they kind of move like they move, right? So like you know how I move and I know how you move and I know how to complete your sentence and you know how to complete my sentence. And so they really understand each other. They're like they're just like so tight niche like that can't nothing break the chain. Like, and that's the one thing I like. So even if a player has a brain fart, like I felt like Talanoa Hufanga had another brain fart in this game. I don't want to say he bit the cheese again because I didn't watch the film yet, but on that Mike Evans touchdown, I think he bit the cheese. I think Jimmy Ward.
You know when that got called back because of the holding?
Yes. I think he
Yeah,
bit the cheese. Jimmy Ward had him at the line of scrimmage. The holding got called or whatever or whatnot. But I think
that was Jordan Willis, by the way, that got that penalty to
I
call that
think
back.
I think
Just
right.
saying.
So I think what I'm trying to say is the young guys are still learning, and it's okay
Yeah,
to learn on the spot when you got guys that could come over there and help overcompensate for your faults and and things like that. And I think that's what's making the defense work. Plus that and D'Amico Ryans, obviously, but just the fact that all the players they just want to play football for this team. I had a dream. I was telling him last night, I think on air before we went live. I had this weird dream that D'Amico Ryan did not want to be a head coach. I'm not saying that that's gonna come true, but like I'm just saying that was kind of like
my biggest fear is not just losing D'Amico, but losing Chris Kasarik with D'Amico.
Chris
I,
Kosirik doesn't want to be a coach.
No, I said with D'Amico, as in like D'Amico goes and becomes a
Yeah,
head
but I
coach
don't
somewhere,
see
and
why.
Chris Kocurek becomes his defensive line somewhere with him.
Yeah, I don't see why he would do that because he would lose all of his pieces. So like Chris Kosirik didn't get good until he started getting all of the right pieces. So if he goes
I just
somewhere
said that's
else,
my fear. I didn't say it was gonna happen.
nah,
I pray
I
it
hear you.
doesn't happen, but
I'm hoping it doesn't
uh,
happen.
you
I'm
know
mad
what's
you put that in
really
my head. Now I'm gonna be staring at you. Thank you, Melissa. Appreciate you.
sorry. You know what's really special though? I love the Fangio defense. I love Justin Smith. I thought Justin Smith was one of those really rare players who could make Navarro, Patrick, Alden, anyone behind him shine brighter because he had that mentality to play team tackle football. I think that was one of the most underrated parts of Justin Smith. I think he could swap the double teams and all that other stuff, but he was really good about group tackling.
Mm.
And I think what's special about this squad is it's not just one or two players, but it feels like it's the entire defense that
Swing.
is taking that kind of mentality and taking it next level. Because in the Saints game, I think my favorite play was that late touchdown that they stopped, where Dre Greenlaw got Kamara around the hips, held him off. Hufanga came in there, knocked it out with his shoulder. Hassan Ridgeway, who had just like run all the way down from where he was on the field, came in, knocked the ball out of I think Jawan Johnson's hands in the end zone, so he didn't get the touchdown. And I can't remember who got the actual ball on the ground, but it was like one of those plays where you just can't stop watching it because it's like the entire defense ran there. Nick Bosa was running down to that play. Like everybody was like, "We got this. 3 points is enough for us, and we're gonna keep taking them down no matter what. We're not gonna let up." And I think the hardest part about the 2 Super Bowl losses were you rooted for that defense so hard. You wanted it for that defense so badly because they produced and they kept producing, and it feels like with Brock Purdy, we finally have that spark where they're not like restricting, um they're not like playing it safe, they're not just settling for field goals. They're actually taking chances, and it feels like finally we have a complement to the defense where the defense doesn't have to keep burning themselves up and struggling at the last bit of the year because they've been holding it down all year and they're just burnt out from injury or just pure exhaustion from being on the field so much. So that's what I'm most proud of with Brock Purdy. It's just that he also has that kind of fearless energy about him.
I like that, man. The team without fear, right? Like that's what you're starting to see. Like this team kind of like just be dominant, like, and it starts with the head. Like, so it starts with the coach. I even think Kyle Shanahan was less fearful in his play calling until Debo got hurt. And then
And
that's
he also trusted him because
yeah.
I think a couple
I'm spot on
weeks
that too.
ago, if we had seen that interception that Brock had, and then it was like right before half, and it got
Mhm.
called back because of the holding call. I don't think that he would have gone for another touchdown. I don't think he would have. He might have gone for a field goal. He might have just let the clock run out or something. But he trusted Brock Purdy to go to Brandon Ayuk to make another shot of it, and it's just like, as a Niner fan, you can't help but be joyous to see this team just produce. And I think that the Debo injury is awful. I'm hoping it's a high ankle sprain that doesn't keep him out for like the playoffs. But um, at the end of the day, I think that this team has the pieces to do well. I think you're seeing Tyler Koff being used more. I think you're seeing Jawan Jennings used in critical moments. I think you're seeing Ray get his stuff together on offense, and you got to see Danny Gray have his first catch, and it's just like we had the players. We have to have someone who can get the ball to them, and I feel like Brock Purdy is that guy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, Melissa, listen, I appreciate you. I got to get these other people on here. I love you. Thank you for your takes. They were hot takes, and I'm kind of upset that you put that thought in my head. I was not thinking about Chris Kosaric. So if he happens to leave, everybody, we gotta go
It's almost so.
put it out there. She always tells me not to put stuff out there in the universe. She tells me,
You
and
know,
now she
Breezy,
does
maybe it's this being sick thing, but I couldn't help but just say my fear because it's just like you're that safe haven where I could just talk to you about anything, and
Mhm.
you don't give me crap. You give it to me straight, and I really appreciate that about you.
Yeah, and I love you too, but now you really have that in my head. I'm gonna let you go now so I don't start cursing. Thank you, Melissa. Love you.
And good luck to your Wolverines when they play TCU in a couple of days.
Yeah, I'm a little nervous about that too. dog. I shouldn't be, but I am. Those are speedy, fast guys. I don't like speedy, fast guys. It's not what I like.
Personally, I think I hope it's you and Ohio
Oh,
State again because
I-
I need to see Michigan beat the Buckeyes, and I know John V's in the chat right now. He's gonna eat me
was
alive
Peachy.
for that.
So is Peachy. So is I think Kylie's a Michigan, Ohio State fan too.
So is Mike Andrews. Like it feels like the entire Niner
whole damn
faithful is all
family is,
Buckeye fans.
right, except for me. But
Well,
listen,
you,
Melissa,
Peter Lucas, TL on Mariah's show is also a Michigan fan.
all right. So
But
I tell you what, this is what I'm gonna
but
ask you.
I've had this like infinity feel like the last couple of years where I softcore root for your teams just because I love you so much. So I
Oh,
was like watching the Celtics because of you. I was rooting for the
really?
Celtics because
I didn't want to bring
everybody
it.
else was like a Warriors fan, and it felt like you were like the lone man on the wolf. So I started watching Jaylen Brown and just just for you, and then I started rooting for Michigan because it's like everyone's like, "There's no way they win it in Ohio State," and I'm like, "They just won last year." And Harbaugh, for all his faults, and I have major issues with him, he just had them on like another level this year, and you guys like went undefeated this year, and like people kept disrespecting it, and I was like, you know what? I think they have a chance. And then JJ McCarthy had like one of the most fun games to watch. So yeah, I softcore. I can't do it for the Mets though. I'm sorry. That's like your one team I cannot root for the Mets.
Melissa, it's been real. Love you. Bye. Let's go, Mets. I knew this was coming. She mentioned the Celtics. I've been really good not mixing my Celtic talk right here, but it's almost basketball season. So, I mean, well, it's almost football season, be ending soon. I try, but I was so hurt on Saturday night. The way Golden State manhandled my Celtics, I'm not giving y'all a round of applause. I already did that shit. I'm not doing it again. I was so tight that we let Klay Thompson, who couldn't score in 26 games, get the most points all season long. I just didn't understand it. Anyway, Golden State beat my Celtics. Melissa reminded me of that just right now, so I'm gonna leave it at that. But don't be sorry, Vince. It's all good. Boats, I know you said you're not ready yet. Let's bring on my man Eddie. Eddie be chilling. Now, see, that sky look way better than it did the other day. You know why, Eddie? Because the 49ers are victorious. Let's go.
That's right, baby. That's right, baby. Yeah, no. Hey, I live down here in Southeast Georgia. You don't know what the weather's going to be like day to day. And yes, today we got a beautiful sunny day, as you can tell. Beautiful
Sure.
sunny day.
Now,
But
before you go, we got some breaking news. Brock Purdy is going to be undergoing an MRI today. All right, according to Tom Pelissaro. All right, so he has the oblique. Now, we don't know how severe it is. We did hear that Brock Purdy wants to play through it. Could the 49ers have another injured quarterback, bro? What in the blood is going on here?
so yeah, I saw that too. I just saw it too, and it's just like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's it's scary, man. We can't catch a break, bro. I mean, it's just like, can we catch a break for once? I mean, I know we had a couple games with no injuries, but this is not the time. I hope they're just doing it as precaution. I hope it's just precaution, just to make sure he's okay.
Now, I felt like his play declined a little bit in the second half, and I was gonna come on here and say, was it because of two things? And you can take this question, you can answer it for me. Was it because the defense just finally started adjusting to Brock Purdy, or was it because of the injury? He finished the half with 185 yards, somewhat like I think, and then he ended the game with 185 yards. Let that sink in for a second.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
Right.
I'm hoping, here. It sounds weird, but I'm hoping that they were adjusting to him, not because he was hurt, but From what I understand, the oblique injuries are the toughest on athletes that have to throw. Baseball
Really?
player, pitchers, quarterbacks.
Is that the
That is the
abdomen
two toughest
area?
things.
Is the
The
obliques like the abs?
I don't know exactly where it is on the body. I didn't get that far to check it out.
You keep
I don't know.
talking.
I'm a big guy, bro. I don't know where the oblique is. Sorry.
Me neither. I felt like I've heard that word a couple of times in my life. I just don't know where it is. All right, so it's typical recovery time. While some mild oblique strains can be resolved in just a few days, severe strains can require surgery. And oh man, I don't want to hear that. I just want to know where the fuck it
No.
is. Like that. That's it. That's all I wanted to know where it is. Like, it's an impact to your bones. What? I don't know where the obliques is. Google's failing me right now, bro. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I've never actually looked it up, but I've heard it before. I've never looked it up.
All right, they said it's the ab area, so ouch.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have abs. I have an ab. That's it.
I got some ribs. That's what I got. You know, with meat on them. Yeah.
But man, I just wanted to hop on with you. Man, I was so impressed by him yesterday. That kid.
Talk about it,
Like,
bro.
I was nervous. My son was watching me. I was sitting here. My hands were sweating. We were sitting on the couch. He's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "We got a rookie quarterback going against Tom Brady." And I know Tom and that team hadn't played well. But, man, he really impressed yesterday, brother. He was good.
Yeah,
And, I mean, when you sit down and think about it, I told my son, my father called me during the game. I live in Georgia now. He lives, and my parents live in California. He called me frantic. I'm like, "What's wrong?" I thought something was wrong. He's like, "They just took the Niner game off the TV and they put on the stinking Seahawks and the Carolina Panthers game." I said, "We
PG
whooping their
hit me up.
tail, Dad."
She said the same thing. That ain't the answer he wanted to hear, those Pop.
No.
So what you were supposed to do was say, "Son, download the Fox NFL app and use the sign in, and you can watch it." That's how Breezy be watching. That's why I'm always slightly behind. People be like, "Breezy, that happened already." Well, it didn't happen to me, damn it. I'm watching it on my app.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, we just thinking about what happened yesterday, it just still blows my mind. We dominated that team so much. Tom was frustrated. He was yelling at Mike Evans. He was throwing tablets on the ground. He got taken off of primetime television because they were tired of watching him get his tail whooped, putting the Seahawks on there. And man, I got a coworker that works with me that's a Seahawks fan, and he flew out for the game against Carolina. I can't wait till he gets back. He's going to be so sad.
That's
But
crazy.
I know how he feels because we went to the Atlanta game, right, Breezy?
Not trying to bring up those games, but you know what? Last two
Yeah.
games I went to, we won. So
Yes,
I'm
sir.
on win
Yes,
streak.
sir.
Hey, I want
Yes, sir. You need to take that with you to Seattle, my friend.
It's
Take
coming.
it with you, my
All
brother.
the streaks. I'm streaking in Seattle. I can tell you that right now. I'll run around that city. Bucket make it. We win this game.
Yeah.
We win this game. You don't listen. I want to beat Seattle so bad, especially in Seattle. I want to beat them real bad. I feel like I've never witnessed, even though I know we beat it, I haven't really felt the witnessing of a demolishing state of Seattle whipping that ass. I want to whip it so bad. Pause. I gotta say pause. But listen, and I feel like we can. I know that we can, and I feel like we can, but it's gonna come down to Deebo Samuel's injury, now Brock Purdy's injury,
Brock Purdy,
and all these different things that are coming into play right now. So it's kind of sucks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I want you to be able to march through that stadium when that game's over and say, "We are the NFC West champions."
Listen, I tell you what, I'll go live right from the stadium. We win that game.
Yes,
NFC West champions. If there are shirts that are out or hats that are available, I'll buy somebody a hat right there on the show. How about that? Let's do it.
Hey, that's awesome, bro.
Let's do it.
I'll let you get to your thing, bro. I love you. Hey,
love you too, man.
Safe travels, my friend. Safe and hopefully problem-free travels.
Right.
Please, the airline gods, please let him get to where he needs to go and get home safe.
for sure. Like I'm hoping, but I've learned to still be patient. I think God is testing my patience. He's telling me that you got to be patient because I'm going to get you there when you need to be there, not when you want to be there. I'm telling you, there's a message in the word, my brother. I'm telling you, as long as he get me there before the game start, that's all that matters, right? That's it. That's it.
Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right,
All right,
brother.
bro. You enjoy your game. Enjoy your. Hopefully, if everything goes great, and I'm praying we get to celebrate live with you as NFC West champions.
Ah, man, that'd be cool. All right, bro. Thank you.
Love you, bro.
Peace. All right, we got to get my man Boats on here. First, there's some moderators on the chat. Can y'all please get rid of that sex bot? I mean, I'm all about that, but just get out of the chat. This can't be in the chat. You know what I mean? It's kind of, if y'all can't, I got it. All right. So Boats, you ready? All right. Boats is what's going on, brother?
Hey, Breezy, how you guys doing?
I don't know, but your mic always sounds so crispy, man. That junk sound clear as clear. I need to know what mic you're using. Don't tell me that's a cell phone.
It's a cell phone, Samsung Galaxy A50.
Oh, sorry. You can't use a Samsung. You got to get an iPhone.
Why? I'm not a teenager.
My bad.
I got grown folks business.
That you sound good, man. I love it. All right, what's going on, bro, man? Thank you for joining. Listen, and you got the floor. I got to ask you, man, is the Brock hot or is the Brock hot?
The Brock's super hot. Super hot. You don't want to be doing nothing on this block. It's so hot. You know what I mean? Shut it down.
That sounds sizzling right there. Oh, snap. Okay, so what, what did you see from Brock that turned you on in a way that you haven't been turned on from a 49ers quarterback in a long time?
Well, let me start with this oblique injury, right? So just give her a quick rundown. That's a rib cage, muscles around your rib cage, right? And it's graded on a grade 1, grade 2, grade 3 system. Grade 1 being the least damage, grade 3 being the most damage. Where I think he got that oblique, and what's so impressive is he took that on the first shot of the game when he had that free runner drill him in the chest. If y'all go back and watch that, I tell you, that's where that oblique injury came from, because he got tattooed on that one. Even though we got a flag, he still got tattooed. So he played the rest of that game, and I'm sure it's going to come out today with that oblique injury. Hopefully it's a grade 1 strain, not a grade 3, because we can't afford another missing quarterback. But then just the grit and determination. And I wanted to call him before I got sick and say that one of the things I was going to look out for this game was actually Purdy's legs, because he scored over 20 rushing touchdowns in college. It was often considered a dual threat, despite the fact that he didn't have the speed of Lamar Jackson or what an NFL dual threat quarterback has. But he got them quick legs, and y'all seen it. Wait.
Hold that point. Hold your next point. I gotta ask you. You know, I like to push back a little bit, because Kyle Shanahan came out of his mouth and said these words about Brock Purdy. He plans to use him in the run game because of what he saw. I need to know if you feel like Kyle Shanahan should not let the quarterbacks run, no design runs, period. If they got to scramble, that's one thing. He talked about design runs specifically in his presser. Did you get a chance to hear that?
You know, I didn't. I was expecting to see more read options this morning or in yesterday's game. I was kind of surprised we didn't. I wouldn't use Brock between the 20s, but in the red zone, I would definitely be using on read options. He has the ability, he has the wiggle and his jiggle to get into the end zone. We just got to be smart with him, because Brock, he's tough, but he already has an oblique injury. We can't have him taking no more damage. So don't run the guy, let him scramble, let him get his Russell Wilson on, that type of stuff. But only in the red zone would I even risk. And I'm talking 10 yards to the end zone, maybe a read option type deal, just to use that quickness. But other than that, Brock needs to do what he does, and that's stay in the pocket, read the defenses, and be calm under pressure. And I think that's one of the things we're really seeing with Brock is he's very calm under pressure. That's 46 games of starting as a quarterback in the college league and the Big 12 that gives him that confidence. And that stuff is going to be money in the playoffs. That just that clean head, a quarterback that can think without the stresses and noise and the stress of the game, can just go through the reads, think. It's what made Tom Brady so great. And I think we're starting to see that with Purdy is he's just very calm when he needs to be.
I agree. I agree, man. Purdy looked really good out there yesterday. He looked really good. His first, you know what? I know he didn't get the start as he came in for the injured Jimmy Garoppolo, but he played the whole daggone game, right? Jimmy Garoppolo played one series, got hurt, and Purdy Purdy finished that game, and he was dominant. But he impressed me more this weekend going against a top 8-7 defense. I'm way more impressed with him by now, and I'm all in on Brock Purdy. There's nothing that can change my mind. He can go out there and shoot 30 interceptions, and I still would be all in on Brock Purdy. I don't think he has the mindset to do that, but the fact that his confidence made me confident. Do you feel the same way?
Oh, yes. I mean, you look in the last 2 games, name me one play where you've seen Brock rattled. You've seen Brock uncomfortable. You've seen Brock without some type of forward thought. Okay, the pocket's breaking down. Let me not just run for it. Let me get to the line and find an open receiver. He's always very calm, even when he's running through. I have yet to see the guy get flustered.
I think a lot of that comes from what you said. Not going to reiterate it. It comes from what his role was when he was the starting quarterback at Iowa State. And I don't want to compare him to Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo or anything like that. Let's just say that Brock is Brock. Brock has things you can't teach. They're called intangibles. Is that why he's succeeding so well in this offense?
I think it is. I mean, I went back. I looked at everything from his high school coach, who trained him since he was in the 9th grade, all the way up to where we're at today with them. And there's one resounding thing they always come back and say: it's just Brock has the ability to control the moment in the moment, and he just doesn't let that moment get bigger than his ability to operate in it. And it's been that way since he was in 9th grade, and he's just kind of progressed and he's gotten on, and it's why he's so serious. But he just has that unique mental mindset. Some guys, when I was in the military, had that too. They could, in the moment when everything's going chaotic, that's when they calm down and they did their best work. And it's a unique skill set to have. But for an NFL quarterback, that's what you want in come playoffs, come Super Bowl. The whole scene's going, the whole world's blowing up around you, and there you are, cool as a cucumber in the pocket, just making your throws, winning games. Now, I do have one bad takeaway from this game.
Absolutely. I would love to hear your bad take. I had an ugly take, but I'd love to hear your bad one.
Huff. Love Huff, but he is getting burnt again and again.
I've been trying to explain to people that he's learning.
And I seen that miscommunication right before they snapped it on that big touchdown pass. Got called back. You can see that miscommunication. Huff's trying to get, I think it was Mooney Ward's attention or one of the linebackers' attention. And Brady, you can't be doing that against Brady. Brady sees you over there chit-chat and have a little conversation. He's going to snap the ball on you. What did he do? Snap the ball, and boy was gone. And Huff was just trying to play Hot Wheels after that. And lucky we got that flag back. But Huff has to clean that up. They have to get this communication figured out before the ball's about to get snapped, because it's going to hurt us in the playoffs.
Kali, I know you're in the chat. That you asked me that yesterday on the Overreaction show, and that's what my man Boats just said is exactly what I was going to say to you. We agreed that it was on Huff, and when you go back and watch it, that's exactly what happened. It happens every game with him. It's just once though. But I want people to understand that it's his second year, and I'm not giving him any leeway. I don't give anybody any leeway. It's his second year. He's still learning on the spot. His mentor was out the majority of the season. Now his mentor is playing nickelback, right? He's not back there to communicate them things or whatever or whatnot. I don't think Gibson's much of a mentor. He's just a ball player, right? At least he's really good, right? And so now Huff still has to continue to learn. And those were my only issues with Huff. It wasn't about the speed. It was more about, do you have the makeup speed if you happen to have a brain fart? I can tell you though, year 3 and 4 of Talanoa Hufanga is going to be dangerous for the NFL. They're going to have to change the rules again. Like I can tell you right now, once he becomes a student of the game, and he's already got the reacting part down, right? It's now him understanding his assignment when he sees this formation, this 4x1, this 3x1. Like when he starts to understand that, it's a wrap. Like defenses, Huff will be that much more scarier. Agree or disagree?
No, I agree. Once he gets the more mental reps down in his head, and he doesn't have to communicate so much, and he's more comfortable seeing this, and that comes with experience, seeing what he's seeing out of the offense. Yeah, he's going to be lights out. But for this year,
Yeah.
If we want to win this Super Bowl, they're going to have to cut out these cross communications in the secondary, because all it takes is, we all know, in the playoffs, one blown coverage and our season's ends that way.
And I'm not looking past the NFC, but AJ Brown, he'll be looking for that. I'm trying to think. Justin Jefferson, they'll be looking for that. I'm trying to think of some of them other teams, but you get what I'm saying? Like, they're going to be looking to take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah, we got to play a really good passing teams. I mean, we can run the ball and all that, but these passing teams we're going to be taking on in the playoffs, they're going to be looking for that stuff on tape, and you better believe they're going to be feasting off of that. If Huff and that secondary don't have their communication figured out before game hand. And that's where Ryan really needs to step up. That's what the DC gets paid to do, is make sure that secondary has all this stuff figured out. We ain't doing it in the middle of games figuring out. We have it figured out, or we make our adjustments at halftime, but not in the middle of the dang play.
I love it, man. Boats, man. You're always welcome, man, because you just make me see stuff so much more clearer, because you got that Samsung Galaxy 5453 old people phone.
Because I got that country connection. Only 10,000 people where I live, so nobody's using up all the cell service.
I love it. I'm glad to hear you feeling better too, man. It always makes me feel good to know that you're feeling better, bro.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Stay up, everybody. Curious to hear what the wrestling callers have to say, and y'all just keep rocking it like you've been doing it.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right. Peace.
Oh, that was fun, man. We get the wisdom on the show. We get the teenage Breezy, because he rocking the iPhone 13 still. Who was next? Was it John? Let's go with John. I can't remember who was next. Matter of fact, I'm just going to bring both of y'all on here at the same time. Kenny, when you're ready, come on the camera. I'll bring you on as well, and we'll just go one by one. There he is. All right, so just mute your mics. That way there's no feedback. When you want to talk, you can talk. Listen, Brock is hot, man, and the 49ers having an opportunity with the hot Brock. The offense looked like it was the best offense in the league yesterday, right? Let's talk about that. Who wants to take that one? The offense looked good.
Hey, man, look, the offense was just spectacular yesterday. And Breezy, if you're going to keep saying that, man, we got to go with the groove. The Brock is hot. The Brock is hot. The Brock is hot. The Brock is hot. Like, you got to go with the song. Go with the song.
Listen, I'm with you. I just try to make sure everybody understands what I mean.
I know. Everybody got to understand it, because not everybody know about that. That's early Weezy. That's before it's like the bar god that he became. That was when he was first starting out. But that offense was explosive.
Baby.
Yes, yeah.
Let me ask you this question, since you brought that up. Now, you can't open up the musical Pandora of Breezy. Cash money or no limit. Cash money or no limit. Cash money or no limit. You better get it right too. Cash money or no limit.
You know what? I'm gonna do like Drink Champs. I gotta take a shot on that one. I gotta take a shot. You can't do that to me. But I will tell you this. This is the only thing I can say. The only possible edge.
Let's go.
Honestly,
get that shout out, dog. Get it out.
The only possible
I'm still drunk.
Goes to Cash Money. And the reason being, they had more people with longer consistency. Although No Limit put out everybody's record. Bro. They put out my record. They put out John's record. They put out Breezy's record. They put his record.
He just had money, bro.
He put everybody and their mama out. I give P that much credit. If you could create the song and it sounded good, you had an album, you had a budget, and he put it out. There was no games. Like, dude was awesome. But CMC, first 100-yard rushing game that he's had since he's been here with us. As far as just strictly rushing, he looked fantastic. Bro, let me tell you something. Brock Purdy is a straight warrior. Brock Purdy is a warrior.
So I did my Ultimate Warrior
too early. That gives me Ultimate Warrior vibes. That gives me bolting down to the ring, taking the ropes and shaking them. That gives me Ultimate Warrior vibes. I don't think that he's going to miss any time. I think he'll be able to play on Thursday. I think that oblique injury wasn't. If it was that bad, they would have pulled him earlier. But look at what we've done this season, Breezy, for our offense. We got a head coach and a DC fired in Carolina. We got kicked off TV. We got kicked off TV because we were beating the brakes off of Tom Brady and the Bucs.
Y'all
Bro,
got
I
on
watched
TV.
I watched every second and was just in awe of
Mhm.
what I was witnessing. And I'm just happy because BA got a TD. I'm hurt because Debo got hurt. I didn't cry, but it definitely brought my mood down for a second. BA just catching that TD, I'm pretty sure he was like, well, Purdy said he had me, and here it is. He got me. Purdy had some regular stats, but what he did was spectacular. You know what I'm saying? He had his 2 touchdowns. He got bailed out twice.
Mhm.
And we got bailed out with a couple of calls, and we got bailed out with that holding call on that blown coverage by Huff. And I've seen that. And that was my thing. The last couple of games, he'll either be trying to get communication or he's peeking in that backfield and something happens and somebody beats him and gets by him. And Huff ain't got that kind of speed to be catching up with your, fast guys. But our offense was explosive. It was spectacular. There was nothing that I saw yesterday that made me think that we can't continue this and keep rolling. I have nothing but great things to say, man. Brock Purdy was there. He had the 9 milli loaded. And I'm telling you, bro, he was letting off shots left and right. Bow! Here's a shot to IU. Bow! Here's a shot to CMC. Bow! We hitting Kittle. Bow! Like every 5 seconds, man, this dude was doing something. And I loved every second of it. The fact that we could put in Josh Johnson, who was sitting on the practice squad in the game, and we put Ray in at a running back. Mind you, the fact that we were able to do that tells me automatically that we solid, that we putting teams to shame right now. Now, I know I'm going to tell you right now, and Seattle lost. They lost. So you think about it like this. They are shaking in their boots up at Lumen Field, or whatever the hell it's called.
It's called Lumen Field.
Yeah, Lumen. Yeah, they're shaking up there because they're like, look, man, we usually get them here, but I don't know about this little dude right here, man. Mr. Purdy was looking very Purdy out there, and that offense is rolling. I know that losing Debo hurts, but the thing is, what are we going to do? Danny Gray might have to start coming in playing a role. We're going to have JJ out there. Ray will get a little bit more touch. You know what I'm saying? If they want to be conservative, just give Jordan Mason more touches. Don't call up another back. Give Jordan Mason more touches and make TDP active. And relegate TDP to special teams. Tell him to make him learn on the job. Those are things that we could do. But I'll let everybody else talk, man. I just wanted to say that, man, Brock Purdy, you have impressed me to the max. You went out there and kicked the teeth in of Tom Brady. And you can say you did that. And I heard after the game, Dre Greenlaw had the balls to walk up to Brady and ask him to autograph the ball he intercepted. Bro, that's a slap in the face if I ever seen one.
He got a little assistance from his man Fred Warner, because I'm a Buck. Greenlaw kind of what is it when you see a superstar and you kind of like geek out and you just like that was that moment. But then Fred Warner was like, "You get that ball signed?" He was like, "Yeah," and he was like, "No, stop playing. Yo, Brady, sign my man ball." And he was like, "Yeah, Brady, sign the ball." Like that's how it happened. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look, I understand being starstruck. I met Tony Braxton. I met Tony Braxton when I was 19 years old.
I would have married her.
And I tried. I proposed. I'm not lying. I swear to you, on everything I love, I proposed. She was married at the time. So I shot my shot, damn it. I wasn't about to pass it up. I met her. My shirt, the shirts I used to wear were the long sleeve white joints, the dress shirts, right? And I would iron. My pops taught me how to iron, so my shirts would be crispy. I come in there looking fly. The minute I noticed it was Tony, my shirt went from bone dry to soaking wet. I had a panic attack. I couldn't talk. It was hard for me to her mama took one of the water bottles out of her 24-pack and gave it to me and said, "It's okay. I've seen this a million times. You're going to be all right."
Damn, she made you perspire, bro.
Bro, I'm talking about in ways you couldn't have. I had dreams about Tony. I love Tony. And
think we have to have
When
an
I
episode.
bro, I don't care what it was. I just knew it was Tony, and I was in love, and I definitely was trying.
I'm afraid to check the chat right now. But listen, Dion, thank you, man, for sharing that experience. Starstruck, it happens. It happens to me, and I play for people. Like, I get it. Like, it happens all the time. I got to give my man Fernando the foghorn for the super chat contribution. He says, have a good day, everybody, and go Niners. Let's go.
Have a good day, bro.
Let's go. Thank you, Fernando. All right, man. Who's going next? Kenny, JV. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Hey, I mean, Dion brought the fire, so I'm gonna go ahead. I know John gonna bring the fire, so I'm gonna go ahead.
Hungover. You go ahead, brother.
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
Get my little piece off, man. I want to shout out, everybody on the squad, especially Brock Purdy. He stepped up. He showed out. He did his thing, man. Like, words can't explain, like, for him being put in this situation and he answering the bell, like, game by the game so far. Man, proud of that dude and that moment for his pops and his family, man. He balled out.
What a moment, man.
Man, that was such a great moment, man. I'm so happy for Brock Purdy, man.
And here's what was cool about that moment when his pops cried, right? The fan behind him saying, Dad, it's gonna be okay, man. Like there was a fan
man, that's what's up, man.
And consoled him. Like, you can't tell me that the faithful is not the greatest, weirdest, want to fight most fan base in the world, man. I tell you right now, we be on opposite ends sometimes, but man, the love from the faithful when things are going all good, that was dope. So he was crying, and the dude behind him was like, "Come on, pops, you good, man? Gotta get it out, bro. It's okay, man. Let your tears out, man."
That was such a heartfelt moment.
Yeah, we ride for each other. There's no question about that. We ride for each other all day.
And that's why Brock is able to flourish the way he is, man. Because that locker room is just so tight, man. You know what I'm saying? They just so together. That brotherhood, man. No other team in the league can overcome the type of stuff that we have to withstand, man. At all.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to go on a limb on this. Man, we got a new weapon X, man, and that's CMC.
Yeah, yo,
that's CMC.
I gotta go check the episode, the archives. I could have sworn I did an episode said, "Is there a new Weapon X?"
Where's that ding?
I think you did. I think you did.
Yeah, it was a new X Factor because I don't know. I'm so happy we were able to get this guy. I don't care what we paid for.
I put in the chat, man, like, I can't believe that Carolina gifted us Christian McCaffrey.
You did.
Man.
Yes, you did.
Because ever since he came to this team, bro, the offenses look so much better. Everybody has so much pressure taken off of them. And this dude just a home run hitter from everywhere on the field. How many? What was that? That 38-yard run touchdown?
38-yard rush touchdown.
Man, did you see how that man hit the hole?
Did you see the extra gear though?
Yes, and the both times we played them, he always broke one on us.
Ooh,
like, man, this dude, Chris McCaffrey. McCaffrey, he's a dog. He's a beast, man. And one other thing that I want to put on, because I'm going to switch it over to the defense. This defense, I've been stressing turnovers for like the past 5 years. Since they took over, I've been stressing turnovers. Do you know this defense has 10 turnovers in the second half?
Bro.
10 takeaways.
They flip a button. It's a button they push.
Bro,
they get punched in the mouth and they adjust, and then in the second half it's like, all right, guys, hit the super aggressive button. It's like Madden. You know how I play Madden, and in Madden you could turn on aggressiveness.
Yeah, and they get right down to that nitty gritty for real. That nitty gritty for real. Like, man, dude, 10 turnovers in the second half, and that just right there push the defense to a whole nother level. Once you could take the football away and get it back for your offense, who's hitting on all cylinders, that makes you unbeatable. That is how you win the Super Bowl.
10 takeaways in the last 6 second halves. I almost thought that they were going to shut the Buccaneers out. Like I felt
thought
like,
so too, but
Yeah.
you just know it's too good to be true because all they're gonna do, they had no choice but to pass the ball. So
yeah, right.
So
And it was
they-
dink and dunk passes too,
yeah.
right?
So they're gonna let you get all of that, man. Look, we are what 28-9. I was like, man, oh my gosh. Once we went up 28, I'm like, all right, man. I feel good. We done shellacked them already, so I was no longer concerned. I didn't feel no nervousness or nothing. Man, that
See, he opened the door for another Wheezy bar. He said he's a beast, he's a dog, he's a mother problem. Okay, you're a goober. What's a ghoul to a goblin? Hey, what?
Wheezy F,
oh
baby.
my goodness. Hey, look,
Please
that's
say
what
the
I got, man. John, it's all on you, man.
Appreciate you, Kenny. All right, JV, take us home, man, because
Bro.
I can't wait to hear this take.
All right, bro. I woke up today speaking Russian from the vodka shots I took last night. Okay. Listen, I was on level 10. I was turned up at work. Man, my employees were rooting for the Niners. And then Debo goes down, bro. And like I was cheering, bro. I was sipping on my vodka shots. And then, dude, I was in my office with my head down. I was crushed. Dude, I was looking at the floor. I was like, oh God, this is terrible. Why can't we ever?
Yeah.
Why can't y'all never leave us alone? Why can't we ever have nice stuff? This is ridiculous. Why do you do this to us? Yeah. Everything comes at a cost. Our success comes at a cost. And I was crushed, bro.
I'm gonna ask you this question, John. And I'm gonna try to do a show tomorrow because I'll be traveling, so don't be holding me to that. Let me get to Seattle. I will be doing the supporters.49ers.com show with Nothing But Niners, myself, Mike Andrews. We'll be doing that tomorrow night, I think 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So no, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I will be doing that, but I will try to bring a show. But I want to preface this because I got to get your take on this because the GOAT, the best football player ever, in my opinion, is Jerry Rice. He came out and he made a comment about Kyle Shanahan and the way he uses his weapons. Now it was straight valid for me, and I was with him until he put Jimmy Garoppolo name in there. All right, so do you agree with the GOAT and the way Kyle Shanahan utilized Deebo Samuel? He feels like Kyle is getting these guys injured. If you're gonna run a guy up the middle, let it be a running back. That's basically what he's saying. I think I have the quote. So hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up. Please stop running our skilled players up the middle. Trey Lance, Jimmy Garoppolo, now Deebo Samuel. Yeah.
No, I don't. I don't. I just look, I mean, this is the scheme, bro. This is the system here. This is how we play ball. Shanahan's going to call his game plan. 9 times out of 10, all these injuries are because guys just don't know when to go down. Just get down. I know that's easier said than done when I'm sitting in my chair, but at the end of the day, you guys are forcing shit. You're forcing it. You're running into contact, you're changing direction, and you get pancaked. Just know when to go down. Know it for your own good. But I get it. Your blood's pumping, adrenaline's rushing. It is what it is, right? But I'm not going to fault Kyle. I'm not. I'm just not. I know that I wanted to smack the lips off Steve Young when he says things. But I also think that Jerry's a fan. Like he's the voice of the people on 49ers Twitter. I swear. He knows right when to say it, And maybe he was frustrated at the time. Like, come on, guys, we were crushed. I mean, I'm screaming and yelling. I'm jumping up and down. And the next thing I know, I got my hand on my head on my desk. I'm looking at the floor. I'm hammered. I'm floored at that point. I thought this was it. Debo's done, bro. The way that he was crying, I was crying like Teen Mom season 2. I was bawling my eyes out. I was crying like an emotional woman. I couldn't even handle it. I looked like I was pregnant. I was walking around the restaurant. They're like, it's going to be okay. I was like, it's not going to be okay. You don't know. We don't have nice things because of this shit. But at the end of the day, I think that these injuries they're freak accidents, bro. You know, they're accidents. But there's going to be that argument where Coleman didn't touch the ball. Jordan Mason didn't touch the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm slowly starting to understand a little bit as to why things like players like Mason and Coleman, you know, you have to check all the boxes in this system to get on the field, right?
All of them.
All of them. So
that's what we were trying to explain to people yesterday. Like,
I'm picking up.
I don't know how good he is in run blocking because I ain't seen it yet. I just don't think Kyle trusts Jordan Mason with certain blocking schemes when it comes to pass protection. And I get it. Like, you don't want to put the rookie out there. Look, I'm gonna tell you this: who Rashad White, like. If we could get him, I don't want him, but if we were able to get him, at least he passed the test. He saved Tom Brady ass not once but twice, and I think one of them was and Leonard Fournette saved them too, because Jimmy Ward was about to take Tom Brady legs off of his body if they don't make those run blocks. Jordan Mason has to be able to do that. I don't think Kyle believes that he's there yet because we haven't really seen it. We haven't seen those type of shots at our quarterback. But at some point, the question is, when will he trust him? And everybody just wants Kyle to hand him the ball up the middle. Dude is getting 5 yards a carry, Kyle. I was more upset when Kyle gave him a toss. What the fuck are you doing a toss with Jordan Mason? That's not what Jordan Mason do. Up the gut. And so Kyle is going to be Kyle. But I think, John, that's why we're not seeing Mason more. Should we? Yes. Are we? I don't know. Unless there's an injury. I
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. I mean, the system is built a specific way. I understand it now. Like, and I think fans are going to have a hard time wrapping their heads around it, but you know, it's developing, right? Like it's all about development here. Like, that doesn't say that they're not working on it. They may be working on it. I just feel like this, bro. Like when this team and the fan base is like, if you're ever concerned about what the identity of this team is, this team has fully embraced the next man up mentality. I mean, they literally have embraced it. It's like they're practicing this like it's a religion. Like, everybody buys in on the next man up. And I feel like that when we, as 49er fans, look at where we're at, fam. We are celebrating the third string rookie quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant. Brock Purdy is a player in this league. He's a good player in this league. I can't believe that this is where we've come. I said last week, it could be a one-off until we see Todd Bowles. It didn't even matter. Todd Bowles' coverages did not even matter. It didn't. Brock Purdy is playing with the kind of confidence that gives us confidence. We're confident because he's out there making throws, and he does this sidearm throw that's so clean, and it's directly to the numbers. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like,
yes, sir.
He'll just, I mean, he does it with the kid's just doing it. Like, there's no hesitation. And I love it. I think it speaks volumes about this team, because I don't think there's another team as deep across the board in the NFL outside of maybe the Eagles. They may be able to match our depth at, key positions. But the Niners right now, bro, I mean, I partied like it was 2001 last night. just
prefer
because Brock
1999.
Purdy, they're the same to me. They're both a blur. Either way, I just feel like this team right now is embracing this kid. The fan base is not divided right now.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Nope.
I don't see I don't see a divide here. I don't see anybody out here
mediator to the fan base, right? That's your take. I need you to take that take and put that out there, yo. He is connecting this. He's bringing the fan base back together. There's a 49ers cast, right? I'm not going to say his real name on here, but I know everybody know who he is, right? So, sometimes I just don't understand the things that he say, right? Now, all this time he's been a Jimmy supporter, Trey Lance kind of like hater, things like that, right? So now none of them guys are playing, and it's Brock Purdy, and he's all in on Brock. Now, he was never all in on Trey because Jimmy was here, and this is that. And so now he's saying he's all about the team. If I was there with him in Vegas, because that's where he lived, I'd have slapped the shit out of him. And he knows that. Like, he knows it. But I'm trying my hardest to be as colloquial and politically correct I can be on these social media sites. Because I'm going to keep it a buck. I'm black, and they trying to erase my ass. That's what's happening. I got to be careful what I say. But unfortunately, like, I didn't like that. I was just like, dude, stay with the guy you've been supporting. I know he's hurt, but don't be like you've been all about this team, because the time that you came on here and Trey Lance was the green light because the coach made him the green light, all you did was put mad smack talk about, oh, he not the guy. He's not this. He's not that. And I don't like that. I feel like don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? And like, that really bothered me yesterday. It kind of had me kind of like off just a little bit. And I'm just like, dude, I can't wait to see you when I come out there, bro. We got to sit down and have a conversation, because he's all love. He means no harm whatsoever. But I just don't like some of his takes. I'd be like, what? That made zero sense. Anyway, it's all good. Boat says this, man. We're going to get up out of here. Purdy play is allowing us to play more modern era football than just being a run first team. We are seeing the offense grow right before our eyes. Let's leave on that note. I want to get your takes on that, Kenny and John, and we out of here.
Yo, I'll tell you what, we're not kicking field goals with Purdy.
We're scoring in the red zone as well.
We're scoring. We're making red zone appearances. We're finishing drives the way they were intended to be finished. We are getting chunk plays, family. We're not chewing up 6 minutes of clock, dinking and dunking down the sidelines. We are throwing the ball, and we're finishing drives, fam. If that doesn't make you happy as a 49er fan, I don't know what will. The kid is versatile. He's got Trent Williams out there holding dudes because he don't know where he's at, bro. He's dodging dudes. He's cutting and running. I mean, Brock Purdy is literally finishing drives here. He's creating the opportunities. Brock Purdy is creating the opportunities. And you can't be happier than as a 49er fan. If you are not happy now, then I really don't know what to tell you. Like, if you're not happy with Brock Purdy under center, then you just don't give a damn about football. You're a casual fan. You want to buy a t-shirt. You want to get on Twitter. You want to take a photo of it. You want to brag that this, that, and the third, but you're not a 49er fan if you are not satisfied with what you get. Because this is it. Like, this kid is asked to finish the season, Breezy, 4 games, bro. 4 games. We are pancaked. We are banged up, family. We're banged up. We play hard. We go up against Seattle. We got to go to Seattle. We always play Seattle hard. We always play smack mouth football there. Then we're going to play another banger in Washington's going to come in. They're no slouch. They're going to smack you in the mouth. Like, this team is banged up, and it's depth. I preach this depth because it's literally our saving grace. The test here is to finish off these 4 games as healthy as we can possibly be, period. And I just don't expect Kyle to go into Seattle with, I think we go into Seattle trying to win as healthy as we can, if that makes sense. If you can draw up a game plan to get out of Seattle as healthy as possible, that's what I think. I think we go to Seattle, we try to get out healthy, family, period. Because we still haven't assessed the damages yet. We have not assessed all the damages and their severities yet. We know a little bit about this. We know a little bit about that. Lenore got banged up. Dante Johnson got banged up. Givens is riding out. Debo's riding out. Purdy's getting an MRI.
More injuries.
We just haven't assessed the severity of those injuries yet. We don't know. We're speculating because that's all we can do out here. I'm nervous as hell. I'm off today, so I'm partying in my coffee cup, and I'm waiting for the news. Period.
Right. right.
It's a good day. It's a good day to be a 49er fan. I am happy. If being a 49er fan today doesn't put a smile on your face, you're not breathing, and I should smack your lips off.
You got me cheesing. We so violent. We smacking faces and lips and stuff.
You're streaking and shit, bro. What are you talking about?
Seattle streaks. That's what's gonna happen. I can tell you, man. I want to beat that team so bad, man. You just don't know. Like, I just want to beat. See, I can't stand Pete Carroll. I need him gone. I want him to retire.
Yeah, valid.
Man,
I'm not trying to be.
We wanted Russell out.
Man. We love it.
We wanted Russell out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We weren't even talking about Pete Carroll, fam. We were like, get Russ out of here. Ain't nobody talking about this gum chewing dude. We're like, get Pete Carroll out of here. We have transferred the hate onto Pete Carroll.
It was always Pete. It was just that Russell was the guy doing it, but Pete was the mastermind behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Look, Pete kept his team relevant all season long. I really feel like they on a decline, just like the New York Football Giants. But hey, what do I know, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, their time is coming, and I guarantee you, winning on Thursday, it's tough because we shouldn't be able to win this game. Short week, traveling up north. But here's the thing: they only going a couple of miles up the street, cuz.
It's not a far travel.
You see what I'm saying? So
they on a short turnaround just like we on a short turnaround.
You feel me, my guy?
Yeah,
like, I don't really see the advantage other than they got 12 man, but
the 12 man, that's it.
Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate 12 man. I can tell you that right now.
And I still think I'm not so sure. I'm not 100% sure, but I still think Kenneth Walker is not playing.
Yeah, so you take their running back out here. I don't think he played the first time we played him neither.
Right, like, and they didn't even score an offensive touchdown on us the last time we played.
Talk that talk, bro. We kicking it already. We kicking over the wheels real quick to get to Seattle. Let's go.
We're always this close, though. We're always this close to taking the division or getting the first seed. Like, it always comes down to
them.
And the circumstances are like, bro, we're banged up. We banged up Debo. We banged up Givens. Everybody got banged up. It always comes down. We're always this close. And then it's like we shit the bed, and then we draw it out longer. We're just like, bro, we could have had the division last week, you know? So like,
no. Kyle ain't playing this year. Kyle is confident and trustworthy in his players right now. I don't know what happened to Kyle Shin. I know what happened. Brock Purdy happened.
I want to say CMC happened.
CMC happened.
No. See, even with CMC happening, he still wasn't trusting Jimmy. So y'all can't tell me this is all the quarterback. This is the quarterback.
It's Brian Greasy or it's CMC, Breezy. One way or another, the quarterbacks on this team look different. Period. And I would love to see who Trey Lance would be with CMC.
The fact that Kyle is trusting him after an interception, still letting him throw the ball 32 yards down the field. After that, like, that's trust, bro. Like, that.
What do we have to lose? We're at the bottom of the barrel.
That's Kyle's offense, you know. After he get that turnover, he wants to take that shot. Mm-hmm. Like on the very first play.
Maybe he's testing this kid mentally. Like, are you going to forget about that pick? Kyle is like, he's like trials, and he's always about like trial and text. Like, he's testing folks.
Yeah.
I think he wants to know, how strong is this kid mentally? Like, all right, let's go. Like, forget about it, because Jim was pretty good about that. Jim was pretty good about, taking a piss on the rug and then cleaning it up.
And
Nobody really knows. Kyle's weird, bro. He's weird in so many ways, but like you love it because he's smart.
He's insane.
We've always known he was smart. He's kind of crazy. He might be, he's one of them guys that's like so smart for his own good that like he makes these like simple errors that we're like, bro, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like genius type stuff. But I don't want to say genius until he proves me otherwise. He's damn smart though.
Kenny, you're going to close us out, bro. We got to get up out of here. Sean, thank you for the contribution. He says, Brock is showing how crappy Jimmy is. Handcuffs Jimmy. I don't feel like he has the handcuffs on Brock. Kenny, close us out.
I just wanted to say that, like, you can see it, man. Brock, by him being the last pick of the draft, he's not taking his opportunity for granted. He's going out there and he's showing the world, like he's showing everybody, like, y'all made a mistake. I shouldn't have went this low in the draft. Y'all should have took me. So he's seizing his moment, and this team is just playing. This team is just playing on another level right now.
I like that, man. Guys, Boats, nice quote. Brock has earned the trust. Kyle's not giving it to him. Big difference. Hey, that sounds like a topic for a show. We're going to talk about that this week. All right. Now, stay tuned, guys. Injury reports are going to come out. We'll keep you updated what's going on with Debo, obviously with Brock Purdy, Kevin Givens. He also left the game, never returned with a knee injury. So we're going to see how that pans out. Just wanted to answer a couple of questions. Anthony says, hey, did we get the run game back? I think we got the run game back. Guys, did we get the run game back? 200 yards?
I don't know, bro. Yes. But it's not. I'm not comfortable yet, Breezy. I do not like CMC being run like a power back. I don't like that. I wanted to see more Teddy Coleman.
Because that's how he's been used his whole career. And only people, we didn't complain about it. You know how I know we didn't complain about it? Because your ass would draft him in fantasy football and your ass would draft him in fantasy football.
I did.
And now he's here doing the same stuff he's been doing his whole career. Now, I feel like we have more pieces. We should be able to utilize other guys differently. But come on, man. Look, CMC is a football player.
Spread it out.
Let him play his style of football, man. Like, this is who CMC is.
Tico, I mean, listen. So you're going to tell me that are you going to run CMC versus Seattle just the same as you did versus Miami, versus Tampa, knowing that you got the Commanders coming up? You're not using Tico?
Because you're not using Tico? All it takes is one play and he gone, or one play and he not gone. Like, look, I get it. We want to make sure everybody stays safe. I get it. But that's just not how football is, man. Like, it's football.
Well, I mean, it could be different defenses is not defending this like they once was.
That's a great point. Great point.
They ain't just, I'm just saying, just loading up the box. Because Brock Purdy,
they got to play us honest.
Because Brock Purdy, he's going to extend these plays, and he's going to hit a chunk play right over the top of your head.
Mm-hmm.
You
see, he's not afraid to throw the ball down the field. You see, he's not afraid of the blitz. What is this kid afraid of?
That dude is tough.
Okay,
and maybe that's why Kyle is letting him play freely to his game.
Okay. I love it. Guys, man, bros, thank y'all so much for being on the show, man. I appreciate you guys, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. Stay up, stay faithful. We'll be chopping it up. I'll be out in Seattle very shortly.
All right. Good. It was good being on here with y'all, man. Chopping it up. Thanks for having me.
Always.
Peace out, man.
Much love.
Peace out, John. All right, guys, I got to get the show done. I got to go pick up these shirts. All right, so great show. You guys are amazing. Anytime you want to come on, just say the word. It's all Gucci with your boy. Look, 49ers are I hate to say it. Well, I don't hate to say it. The 49ers are the hottest team in football. They have been 6-game winning streak. That'll tell you right there that they should be ranked powerly, like probably number 1. Will they? Nope. But I tell you what, they're number 3, I think, currently. They should be bumping up. All right, they should be bumping up. The way Dallas looked against Houston yesterday was not good. Matter of fact, I don't even know how Houston lost that game. I really felt like they gave them that game. Like they said, you know what, we gonna tank. Let's go ahead and give him the game. You can't get the ball on the 5-yard line and not get any points. Worst case scenario, you kick the field goal on 4th down and you at least go up by more and then let your defense that's been playing all well play. But no, that's not what Houston did. So I will say this. I feel like the 49ers are hot. And the only way they will cool themselves down is if they decide to cool themselves down. We are going to be missing Deebo Samuel for a period of time. The question is how long? Let's just hope that our quarterback right now, who is Brock Purdy, is good to go. It's a short turnaround. Thursday night football. Make sure y'all tune in. I'm going to be traveling tomorrow, so I'll keep you updated with shows. Love y'all. Stay up. Stay faithful. If I missed any contributions, let me just double check. My bad. I got to get to the poll question. Miss Debbie was on it. I asked her to remind me, and she did. The answer and player of the game, Brock Purdy with 72% of the, did I say that right? 72% of the votes, Brock Purdy. Round of applause for Mr. The Brock is hot. See, I keep my WhatsApp here, right here. You know what I'm saying? Melissa will be praying for you. I see that you said that you're not feeling too well. Don't worry, I got you in my prayers 100%. Make sure you check out my man John V on the Locker Room Rant tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I'm done with my show and I'm away, I'm going to jump on. You heard me, John? I'm jumping on the show. Love y'all. Stay up, stay faithful. Always keep it nitty gritty. And most importantly, thanks for watching.